Okay, man. So here we are with part three. So I figured out what I'm going to do with it. At first, what I was going to do was I was going to go over her actual interview with facial abuse, but like the before part. So there was no nudity in it, but but I know YouTube is going to be on some crazy shit. Like they might like see that and kick me off for it. So at least in the beginning, what I'm going to do is this. I'm just going to start an entire lot, again, an entire new series, but I'm going to put it over on BitChute, where I analyze porn stars' interviews, like the before and even like the after part of the interview, and I'm just gonna give my own analysis over what the fuck is happening throughout that. Because I feel because like I said, I'm not gonna put any nudity up, but I feel like YouTube is just gonna be funny about that because it came from like a pornographic website, and like it's just the reality. If you do not talk about women and if you do not make women out to be perfect angels, then you're hate speech. That's just how it is. Where women can do the opposite, and women are glorified for it. So yeah, just to be safe, at least I'm going to start out. I'm going to start out over on BitChute, probably the end of this week or next week, with a whole new line like red pill analysis, like porn interviews or something like that. And I just go over that shit. 'Cause I think that would do a great job in normalizing porn and normalizing the women to see so you can see like what they really are like when it comes time to fuck and shit like that, like the reality of it and what they are really after. So anyway, with that being said, welcome back to part three. She didn't even make it to the big leagues. Uh, so where we left off was she was talking about her boyfriend. So okay, so red pill recap. The red pill translation of the recap was she wanted to get fucked hard. She was asking around. She was looking for she was interested and was looking to get fucked hard, get spit on, choked, throat fucked, all that shit. She wanted it, but she kept coming across guys who were nice guys. They cared for her too much, right? They cared for her too much. So she couldn't get fucked right, but she still had to keep Beta Bucks around. So she asked to like keep at least Beta Bucks pleased in some way to fuel her life. You see, but like just like with vampires and blood, like even with whores that use Beta Bucks, she just gets tired of Beta Bucks and she just needs a pure raw fucking. Just like with vampires and blood, like they like with Blade in the comics, like Blade, he drank all that synthetic fake blood so he didn't have to go out and kill motherfuckers, but like he just needed real blood after a while. It's the same thing. Like bitches, they just need to get that. They just need to get fucked hard and rough, and they'll keep Beta Bucks around as long as they can. But like that drive to get fucked hard just keeps pushing at them. And bitches might even decide me with me on this because it sounds like I'm making her out to be a victim because bitches love to play victim. So what happened next was, well, she said it in part two of this. She pretty much fucked over the last boyfriend because she had to go get fucked hard. Let's just be real, she cheated on him because that's pretty much all bitches have to offer you. Generally speaking, when you're dealing with a woman, all she has to offer you is her lone body. And once she gives that up, well, you have no more real, use for her. That's pretty much her only sense of loyalty to man is to give her body to the man. So she went out and got fucked. And then I'm guessing that the guy who she cheated on him with didn't fuck her well. So, but keep in mind, throughout all this progress, she knew what facial abuse was. Okay, she was watching it like I said in the last video. Facial abuse, they don't go around like desperately seeking out bitches. Hey, will you come do facial abuse? Hey, will you do? No, these bitches watch facial abuse and they contact the motherfuckers at facial abuse. She knew exactly what it was, and she knew that she was one. And she probably stumbled across the porn, seen it, liked it, or maybe always wanted to get fucked like that, wanted to. And she was looking for this woman was looking for a reason to go out there and get fucked like that. She was looking for anything that can push her off, that can give her like the Joker said. She just needed a little push. Like y'all remember when Joker was hanging upside down? It's like he just needed a little push. That's all she needed. All she needed was she just needed that little push to get out there and get fucked like that on camera. And her push was her mental gymnastic of saying, oh, well, I feel so bad, I feel so low, this is punishment. Well, this is my punishment fucking. Like, what, if you wanted punishment, why didn't you go get a full-time job? If you wanted punishment, why didn't you go to college for mathematics? If you wanted punishment, why didn't you decide to go build a house with a hammer and some sticks? Why did it have to be go out and get, if you wanted punishment, why did it have to go out and get and to be fucked like that? See, because the reality of it was not punishment. It's what you wanted. You were looking for something to push you into what you wanted and to validate you going out and doing it. All right? It was not punishment. If you did, I can think of 5 other punishments off the top of my head you could have done that would have been a lot worse than that. All right? All right? From your perspective. So anyway, we're going to continue with this video. This is going to be the last part. We're going to let's just see what happens. So let me see if I can fix this audio a bit more. So here we go.
You know, why did I do that? Now everyone's going to find out. And it was terrible when that video came out. I mean, so many people were just shocked and appalled and sad and mortified. I mean, I can't tell you. It's one thing people find out you shoot porn, but then they find out you do like the most degrading video possible.
Oh shit! Hang on. Okay, so first off, let's be clear, because I actually went on Facial Abuse's website. Her name is not attached to that. From what I seen, it wasn't attached. If you go on Facial Abuse's website, when I clicked on it, I didn't even know it was her, because it's just a picture of her with cum all on her face, and underneath it says hot but dumb. Felicity Feline is not attached to that shit. Maybe when you found, if motherfuckers found on Pornhub, but see, even then, bitch, why are you going out with the same stage name as your YouTube channel? And who knows who else knows your stage name is Felicity Feline? Why did you, if you so smart and you didn't want people finding out because it's horrible, why did you use the same fucking name, idiot? Do the math. Why? Because she wanted motherfuckers to see it. If she was so fucking smart, why did she use the same goddamn name for it? You see, what? If it was the worst porn and blah 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 blah, what? Because she really wanted motherfuckers to find out. She would have went under a different name or whatever the fuck. She really wanted people to find out. That's what, because I tell you exactly what she really wanted people to find out. Because in her mind, like I said, see, she's a little older now, so like her brain is on survival mode. And see, when it comes to survival mode, you got to remember, women's morals and logics, women do not have morals and logic. Woman's morals and logic is whatever she thinks a protector man's morals and logic are. That is her moral and logic. You see, so she's pretty much deduced that, okay, she's been on the cock carousel so long, not many men are gonna be happy to be with her. Let's just be real about it. Okay, not many men that she's gonna want are going to be happy to be with her. So she went into full survival mode and tried to connect her name with everything to hope she'd get a hit here, a hit there, to boost her up to fulfill her goal of being protected with money. If it's just her name and doing porn, if it's her name is, I think on her Instagram, whatever the fuck, some shit like that. It's like she does was it like grunge rock or some shit? Any hit that she can get to boost her up, that's where she was going. This woman is fucked up. And by the time bitches do that, by the time bitches end up in this territory, because she has tons of other porn out there. She just did facial abuse twice, at least 2 times, from what I know. It was so horrible, she went back and did it again. Okay, by the time bitches end up like this, they are in desperate mode of man to come in and tell her exactly what to do. Like, she needs a pimp. That's what she needs a pimp, because a husband type or like any type of decent dude, she ain't. No, this woman needs in some form a pimp. That she needs it for her own peace of mind and survival. Like, she needs direction. Anyway, that's got done.
When, as a person, I'm a pretty level-headed and loving and bubbly and friendly and healthy human being, and to see me degraded in such an explicit way on camera was really very hard. And that is something that I want to make a point. It's one thing to explore your sexuality, and I think everyone has the right to want to get to know themselves in every way. But please think twice about shooting a video like that, because even if it seems appealing in the moment, there is an aftermath that follows that is vicious and malicious, and it will alter your life. If you have a desire to experience something like that, seek alternative ways. Find a partner or someone that's open to exploring that with you in a private way. You don't have to do a video for the world to see about it. Trust me, because I am now associated with that forever, and I wish I had never done it.
Yeah. She's never done it, which is why she has an OnlyFans now. OnlyFans, I'm pretty sure she has an OnlyFans. Yeah, she went back and did it a second time. It was so vicious and so rough and blah blah. It was so horrible. She went back and did it a second time. And in the second time was so gangster. They start out the interview with the bitch in a dog collar on a stick, spitting in her face while she's talking. That's how gangster it was the second time. Look, the reality of it is, she wanted to get fucked like that. And women are so impulsive, they not gonna like they might see a camera. Most women ain't gonna hold. Most women, once they've gotten to this point where okay, like, look, this is clearly what she wants. She wants to get fucked like that. She wants it. She doesn't care about a camera being there. Okay, her impulse, her sending this message off to that next Felicity feline, it's a waste because women are too impulsive. You bring her in that environment, she's gonna do it. She's gonna do it.
I wish that I had just been patient and thought about trying something else. But now it's too late. So, fast forward. That relationship didn't last very long after that. He had his own issues, which I'm not going to get into, but we ended up breaking up, and I moved out, and I was single again, and I got asked to do other...
Let me fix this. Yeah, and do the math. Yeah, and she moved out, because guess what? It was his... Yeah, because just like I said earlier, he was the beta bucks. See, these women like her, especially women like her, they need that beta bucks to have a place to live. Women like this, and when she came along, like, see, this was probably back when OnlyFans really wasn't like a hardcore staple like it is now. I'm willing to guess, or she probably didn't know of it like that. She was probably so used to just doing porn, like she wasn't even looking at something like OnlyFans yet. But see, women who do this, see, they need these beta bucks. See, beta bucks men, they need that. They need to keep him happy. You see. So then she moved out. So that is clear. So she made it clear it wasn't her place to start out with. Who was paying the rent? I bet she wasn't. I guarantee you that he was. And he kicked her out. Let's just be real about it. She didn't leave him. Especially if her life was so bad that it's so horrible everybody found out. She's not going to leave a stable house if it was under her fucking choice. And not to mention, she just said she was so, it wasn't the last video, she was so broke that, because them facial abuse dudes, they pay them bitches maybe $300 to $500. I say at best case $800 or $900. And that's like a bitch who's probably like, she was something, like her name used to sell type of shit. Because like I said, man, in older videos, you gotta remember, man, woman's inevitable weakness. And see, this right here is the reason why women need men and men may really want a woman. But at the core, men want women, women need men. And this is why. It's because woman's weakness since the beginning of their existence is exactly this. It's stamina and longevity in surviving. Women don't want to go out there and make moves on their own to survive on their own without a man to look after them. Bitches hate that shit. Like, or when it's with them being in their prime of beauty. Anything that you can attach a value with a woman, her weakness is maintaining it. See, women can always get a dude to quick pay for her dinner or a quick dude to move in with. They can get that. A woman can get anything within 15 minutes, but woman's weakness is maintaining something to last for 15 years. That's where women just end up with this same facial expression. Because they brains, they hate logic. They hate hardcore truth and facts. They hate that shit. That's for men. See, logic and facts are for men. Being free and I follow my emotions. See, that's for women and children. That's women. See, that's why women need men. Women need men because women are pathetic at maintaining anything for a long period of time. That's why in Western governments they just give bitches everything because they know it. They not gonna come out and say it. They just gonna do it. That's why they got to have men legally. They got to rob men of everything to give it to the woman because they know if you let this woman go out there in the world alone by herself again, she's gonna be more of a nuisance to society. All right, because she's gonna take from because like I said in videos before, it's in woman's core nature, it's in woman's character to take from society, and it's in male nature to build and to give to society. Women are takers. They don't give shit. See that like I said in another topic, women are not naturally loving and caring and they don't devote shit for genuinely good causes and reasons. No, these are men characteristics. Women just learn how to do it once they figure out they can't hop around anymore, and so they try to assume what a man wants to see, and then they learn how to be loving and caring and all that because they're doing it for you. But if you let woman go on her own, off in the world for real, a woman is not gonna give a fuck about anybody lesser than her. She doesn't care. It's just the reality. It sounds like I'm talking. I'm not trying to diss women. It's the reality of characteristics between the two sexes.
Videos. So I decided to do my first anal scene with a very rough fetish company called Asylum. And that...
So after facial abuse was so horrible, I like Asylum too. But I like Asylum too, but Asylum is not rough with bitches like how I like. Asylum is more about like mentally being rough with bitches. Like I like their work too. I like Asylum too. Like I watched a fair share of bitches on Asylum. I like their work too, but like personally from my sexual taste, they're not like rough enough with bitches. Like they don't like their thing is more like making the bitch come and do it all for them. Whereas like the facial abuse, they gonna do it all to the bitch type of thing. Like, because I'm just when it comes to sex, I'm an aggressive dude. So and I'm sadistic. So I'm sadistic in the form of like, I like to be the aggressor. Where like Asylum, like, they're a little more, like if you're into this type of porn, like you know what I'm saying. Like Asylum, they're a little more calm. Like, I mean, they humiliate bitches too and shit like that. Like they make them eat out of dog bowls and shit like that too. But and they'll like fuck them up the ass, but like, they're more mentally aggressive in the sense of like making a bitch do something and then just looking at her doing it and just sit there just make her keep just they'll have a dude bent over and then have a bitch say thank you daddy for letting me lick your asshole and then just hold the camera on her doing it for like 5 minutes straight just so you can watch that mental fucking abuse set in. Like let's say mental abuse. You can watch her submissiveness come out to play and you really get an insight on how bitches like to be treated when they get fucked right. Like that's what they do. Like now, the reason I said abuse is because like in a man's world, okay. The reason why men would call that abuse is because you see, men have a certain respect for other quality humans. So like for us, it would be abuse to do like the dude. I mean, not like making it sound like gay, but like do it to another man, like to do the shit to another man. That would be abuse. But see, women like that shit. Like don't like all this shit where like she obviously liked it because she went back and did it. She did facial abuse one time. It was so horrible. They got away with this. 2 years later, she goes back in even a greater mood than she was the last time. And then now she goes to Asylum, which is in the same ballpark as shit. You see, she likes it. Asylum didn't come out and kidnap this bitch and throw her in a white van and say, look, and make her sign a contract and make her eat their assholes and shove their cock down her throat and have her, drink piss out of dog bowl. They didn't do that. She did. She walked up in there, knew what it was, and went and did it. And then tried to play the victim 5 minutes later. I didn't know she did Asylum. I'm gonna look that up later.
Experience in itself, which I should probably talk about completely separate, because I don't have any negativity towards that company, because I had a good experience with the owner. In a sense, he's a good person, but I still wish I hadn't shot that content, because it further pushed me into this realm of extremity in porn, and that's really not what I want and for myself, and it's not what I like. But I was just offered it, and I knew that if I could handle the facial abuse, then maybe I could do this too. And I was able to handle it, but I broke in one of those scenes. I completely broke down and cried and sobbed, and I felt like a victim. I felt that. I went into this subspace that was real, and it wasn't acting anymore. And I reached a pinnacle point.
Okay. I'm gonna give you the exact translation. The exact translation is this: women like her struggle. Well, and this is pretty much most individual women who they struggle with accepting that they like to get fucked like this, because they do. Because if she didn't like it, she would never went and did it. She would never. If she didn't like it, she would never went back. She would have never went back to facial abuse a second time. And if she wouldn't have went and signed up for asylum, she just would not have done it if she didn't like it. See, women like this struggle with the fact that they like it, but they're not validated that it's okay by general society. Okay, because most women like it, but see, the thing is, women stay very secluded from each other with many things, and this is one of them. If Beyonce, if Kim Kardashian, if fucking Katie Holmes, if these bitches aren't talking about, yeah, I like to get spit and pissed on and blah, 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 like, then it must not be right. So now they're not getting validated by the world. So now they're always juggling, well, I like it, but it's not right. But I like it, but it's not right. And if it's not right, then I might not please everybody. And that's going to hurt me, because that's woman's core nature, is to want to please everybody. And if other people don't talk about it, it's not right. But I like it. You see, because she keeps bouncing back and forth. Like, it's what she wanted, it's what she liked. She was curious. She wanted a man to do it, but she couldn't find a man to do it, so she went and did the porn. Go watch the porn. She clearly liked it. And then it comes back out, oh, I was a victim. I just shut up. But yeah, because this bitch is a fucking nutcase right now. Because she is trying to bounce in between of so many different personas to please other people that she completely ignored what it is she actually wants and to just own it. Like, there's hookers out there, prostitutes. There are plenty of cool hookers and prostitutes out there because they own what they do. They just own it. This is what I did. Okay, cool. Go ask a decent hooker, a decent prostitute. Show her my video talking about this. She's gonna say, yeah, he's telling the truth. That's what we do. Like, bitches like her, she can't accept the fact that she likes it. That's where all her problems are coming from. Well, and it's not even problems. She's trying to sell it like that. But like I said, to try to further to make some money some kind of way. Because go on her YouTube page. Her YouTube channel is filled with like other bullshit nobody else watched. And then this is the only video that got any clicks. This and like another video, I think, with her ass hanging out. Because that's all she can do is sell her fucking ass. Anyway, let's get done now. I gotta keep fixing the audio. And it's still fucked up, but oh well.
That's a different story. And then, I went back to facial abuse and I shot for them again. And this time, it was sort of this reunion thing. And
your family.
The owner, I did well, I guess, on their site. And he asked me, would you be interested in shooting content we can make you a paid site? And I said, maybe. I might be open to that, I thought maybe this was a way of me getting really popular and blowing up, or whatever you fucking think at the time when you...
What did I just say? She's doing, like I said, she's in survival mode. That's what she's in. She's going to do anything she can to ensure her survival. It doesn't matter. She got to go deep throat an elephant at this point. If it assures her survival, she would do whatever mental gymnastics she has to do to convince herself that it's right. Like I say, women do not have morals. They do not have morals and logic. Their only morals and logic is to survive, and most of them do pathetic jobs at that. All right, most of them will. There's some who don't, who are genuinely respectable, but most of them do pathetic jobs at it. She went back. Okay, so let's go back and do the math. Let's do the math. She does facial abuse one time. It was so horrible, and she tried to, it was my punishment. No, shit like that. It was so horrible. And then she goes off in life. She comes back and does facial abuse a second time. I was a victim. I just zoned out. Go and watch the porn. She did not zone out. They had her barking like a dog and everything, scooping cum off her face, licking it up, throwing puke on her face. It's what she likes. I'm not faulting her for that, but because she at least she figured out how she likes to get fucked. So then after that, it's such a horrible track. This is a horrible situation. Everybody's gonna find out. Then she goes and does Asylum, which, in my opinion, is a little softer, but it's in the same realm of humiliation. She likes humiliation. She likes it. She gets off to it. She likes to be, like most women. Most women love to be objectified and humiliated in sex. The only reason why most women will say they don't like it is because they feel like they can't keep up with the prettier girls who can get it more easily. That's the only reason why most women will say they don't like it, and they'll even try to convince themselves they don't like it. Most women love when you grab their tits and slap their tits and spit in their face and all. They love that shit, man. The only reason why they'll try to say they don't is because something triggered in them either recently or a long time ago to where they thought they couldn't keep up with other women who could go out and get it. They don't feel like they're pretty enough to keep up with those other girls for whatever reason. So she does Asylum. It was oh my god! I was really the victim there. I was the victim. I was really a victim, right? Then she goes back to facial abuse. Wowzers! Wow. Look, I'm not faulting the bitch for how she likes to get fucked. Because, like I said, most women really like to get fucked like that. They like to be. Most women love to be fucked like a careless, like they're nothing but an old careless rag doll for a man to take out his aggression on. Women love that shit, man. Like bitches love to get fucked like that. They like to get fucked like they're nothing but a sex object. As long as you walk in the room right and talk to them right, they love that shit. They love it. But see, women, they don't communicate that to each other. And Beyonce's not saying it in her music videos. And, Katie Holmes and fucking Shirley Theron ain't walking around talking about it on Ellen. So it must not be right. So now they got to fight this internal struggle of, and they just end up nut jobs. Anyway, that's going to tell you.
He said, we just shoot content. I'll get the material. I'll handle the back work on the website. I'll get the video equipment. He was persuading me, and I thought about it. But then this was after the second video, because I was, like I said, doing well on their site. So he thought, let's just continue it. And the second time around, it was sort of just going through the motions again, because I knew what I was getting myself into. I just wanted the money. That's all I wanted. I was moving to LA, and I just wanted to fucking get some money and move out. Mm-hmm. So I was just seeking any work I could. I was ready to change my life and move and start a new chapter in Los Angeles and get off the East Coast. And I sold everything I had, and I moved out with a suitcase. And I knew that, okay, I decided to get back into porn, and this was my way to sort of pave a new chapter in my life. So I was trying to just work with as many companies on the East Coast before I flew over there. Mm-hmm. And the second time around, it was easier in a sense, but it was just as the same emotions coming over me. And I told myself after that I could never do this again. I could never do this again. And then the owner offered me a sort of partnership. And after a few weeks, I told him, you know what, I don't think this is right for me. I'm moving to LA, and I want to focus on my own content, my own work. I don't think I want to be tied into this. And he got offended. And he got insulted as if I was fucking him over. And I told him I was very polite, and I don't like to fight people. It's very hard for me to be rude to someone unless they're really awful to me. And
see, what did I tell you guys? I think in the beginning of the first video, like whenever bitches start on this whole abusive shit, what did I tell you guys? What did I tell you? And what do I say in other videos? Whenever, like, if a woman ever comes to you on, oh, I was abused, like I was abused, or she has a or defined mental illness, if you don't mess with those bitches, because they will, see, this is always a constant pattern in bitches like this life. No matter where they go, no matter what happens to their life, the last person who was in their life was the abuser. So guess what happens when she comes to you? Oh, and then she goes off from you. You will be the last abuser in her life. You see, she's not. I get she's trying. I seen that coming. I see as soon as she started talking about she wanted to go to California, she was going to turn facial abuse to an abuser. Because now let's be real, facial abuse, they probably had like a legit contract written out. They probably was making great money off her. They probably had like it was probably I guarantee it was deeper than, oh, I want to go leave to California. What, you dumb bitch? No, I'm evil man. It was. I guarantee it was much deeper than that. And they probably would just ask her what's going on? We got a good thing, blah blah blah. Like I said, they turned into the new abuser. That's what it was. See, this is why I say, men, when you come across a woman and she has a defined, a clinical mental issue, or she's openly about her last boyfriend was abusive, or abusers, or abuse. Trust me, leave that. Or if she has a history, or her friends say, yeah, I heard she had a problem with some guy and blah blah blah. Don't touch that bitch, man. Because you know what? At best case scenario, she's gonna walk off and tell that next person in her life that you abused her. It's the common role in these bitches like this. It's the common habitual act in their life. They notice because it's all their life's gonna be full of abuse. It's gonna be full of abuse. Somebody abused. Oh, the gas station clerk, he abused me because he rung me up for 2 candy bars. Well, did you buy 2 candy bars? Well, yeah, but he kind of slammed on the counter, and that was a form of physical trauma. Yeah. It was physical trauma because he slammed it on the counter. Yeah, it was trauma. See, because like these bitches like this, they are so unhappy with themselves and how they ended up. It always has to be somebody else who did it to them. Somebody else did it. It's always somebody else. It's never them. It's never that. It's somebody. The abuser. Bitches love that whole influx of fucking medications and ADHDs and all that. Bitches love that because see now they can blame it on something. They can blame all their problems on something. Fuck out of here.
I couldn't believe how, I guess, aggressive he got about it. And he ended up buying the domain, I think because I had told him, I guess, yeah, I get the domain and then give it to me. And because I foolishly had never bought a domain before at that point in my life. And the domain was felicityfeline.com. And he bought it with the intent that I was going to have it. And he then decided to keep it after I told him I no longer wanted to work together. And he created a fake blog pretending to be me, promoting his sites, put my social media on it, made it seem like I was writing everything. And I asked him numerous times to take it down, to please give me the website back, I'll buy it from you. He then asked me, he actually asked me, would you have sex with a dog? And he started asking me these explicit questions. He told me that
yes, you would.
He asked me if I was had mental problems.
Because you do, yes.
He was just unreal, insulting. And he then asked, I'll give you your domain back if you work for me at Exotica Expos. If you work at my booth and, make it seem like, oh, everything's cool and I work with facial abuse, when in reality, I was basically at the point where this guy is blackmailing me. And I told him, no.
No. This is not blackmail. This is business. Okay, you never bought anything. You were so fucking stupid. See, listen, she needs a pimp. See, bitches like this needs. This is why bitches need pimps. And see the thing. And let's dive real quick on that pimps and bitches thing. See, it's not that pimps were these evil men that came around and took women. It's that women need pimps to survive properly, especially bitches like this. They need it. Because how much you want to bet? Let's rewind. How he bought the domain with her name on it. She knew it, and he bought it with the intention of giving it to her. All right. She never wanted it, and now she's gonna back out all this shit and roll off. Well, he owns that shit. Bitch, you signed a contract for all the work you did, so he owns all that. You don't own nothing. All right. Now, whether he wrote some shit to sound like you or not, you got to prove that shit. Because at this point, you already ticked all the boxes for being mentally unstable and a typical, basic Starbucks bitch who just everybody's abusive. So I'm not gonna believe anything. I mean, other than the little bit of factual information that we can get out of you. Look, you still lose that shit because you was stupid. That's the reality. You still lost it. All right. So at that point, now I can see if y'all was in the business of making hamburgers and the motherfucker came around and said, "Would you fuck a dog? I'll give you the shit back if you fucking pose half naked at a fucking expo." Yeah, that'd be kind of fucked up. But y'all this is the world you in with porn. So your business isn't fucking. So you got to start fucking to get anything. Because we all know you ain't got no money like most bitches. Because here in Prague, we just went under we in second quarantine now here in Prague, and it's the same thing. Every place is closed, so brothels are closed, right? And I mean, this is just how women are. This is how women's brains are. 5 seconds after the brothels close, women are fucking homeless. They ain't got no money because bitches are stupid. They don't keep track of money. They don't keep track of business moves. They don't keep track of stamina and surviving in anything. Woman's goal is to look for a man for survival. All right, and it don't matter if she has $10 billion. If she don't got a man to manage that shit, she's gonna throw it all away in 5 seconds. So here in Prague, the brothels are closed now. Bitches, they will get 2 and 3 of their friends to come fuck you for $100. At the same time to have threesomes or foursomes, right? Because bitches are stupid. They need men. This is why women need men. Because when it comes to making business moves to ensure their survival, women's brains fail horribly at it. It's a normal thing. It's normal. This is what bitches do around the world, whether she's a pastor or a fucking hooker in a bar. They all come back to the same shit once you got to see how they really work at the core and you see how they really live. It's all the same shit with most of them. The only difference is some of them realized at a younger age and said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get married now, so I gotta deal with that when I'm 35. But it's the same shit. She's broke as fuck. She went on about how she's been broke as fuck 2 or 3 times. She sold everything she had, still ain't had no money. Now she got to go fuck dogs to get her name back. This is why she needs a fucking pimp. Now she got to fuck dogs to get her name back. I mean, I'm trying to spell it out for you guys. And you see this shit? Do you see? This is what see that because they stupid. The only thing that gets them by is because they fuck and they're skinny and they have long hair and they can smile a little bit. Once that's gone and they got to start thinking, further than 55 minutes in front of their own face, they're completely incapacitated. They don't know what. I gotta sell everything I got again. I'm gonna sell everything. I can't sell my body anymore, so I gotta sell the map. I gotta sell my chest of drawers. I gotta sell everything because they stupid. And I'm not saying this to hate bitches. It's what they do. It's just them. They need you to give them direction. And they gonna fight you along the way to give them direction. They need that shit. Unfucking believable, man.
I don't want to do that. Just please give me my domain back.
No.
And it ended ugly, and then I ended up getting on wiki porn leaks with my legal name harassing and trashing me. And it was him. It was him and the people he's involved with, and that website ended up getting shut down. But this guy was going out of his way to not only tarnish my reputation by using my domain, but also promoting me on sites that were not even related to his website. And he has done this to other people. He goes by Duke Skywalker. He has harassed many people in the industry. He's unwanted in the AVNs and at expos. He's an awful human being.
Mm-hmm.
And the years following this scene, he's continued to upload clips everywhere on tube sites, just promoting and pushing this when I asked him to not do it. And, you know, I don't own the content, so I'm really unable to do this. And
Duh!
It's a very frustrating thing when you don't have the control over your reputation, in a sense, when other people have the ability to tarnish it by using content against you. So, to sum all this up, I want to tell women that are curious about, or men, I'm sorry, men too, anyone that's curious to shoot this type of content, please think twice about it, because it will follow you. It will follow you. Any adult videos on the internet will follow you, and I've talked about this before in other videos, but especially these hardcore, really taboo fetish scenes, it's not worth it. It's going to promote you in this way, in a box, and people are going to continue to associate you with that, even if it's not what you're into, even if it was just a job. People don't know that on the outside. They see these videos of you and they relate you to that. And as someone that has grown so much since that time and knows deep down that that is not what I like, that is not who I am, I am tied and associated with those now.
Yeah.
Not by choice, but because they exist. And people continuously still ask me about it. And the more I grow in my career, that company and those people try to push those videos back into my face, as if to say, wow, look at Felicity now. Remember when she did this? Or look what she did. That's always going to happen. The world is full of really horrible people that are not only miserable within themselves, but they promote the misery to hurt others. And I've experienced this to the extreme. And I don't want to see this happen to people that have the same curiosity that maybe I once did. Think twice. Think hard. And remember that there's always alternatives. You don't have to go down that path. And just remember there's always consequences. I'm sorry, there's a mosquito. The sun is really going down. There's always consequences to your actions, especially when there's a trail and it's on the internet. So please think about it. Think about it. And please remember that. I hope no one was offended by this video, and I hope that maybe you take something home with you. Maybe you learn from it. I gotta go.
That was a good try. That was an excellent try at trying to wrap it into like you were a victim, blah blah blah. Yeah, that was. But again, like I say, women's most diabolical fucking villain in their life is facts and logic. So let's go back again. She started this out by admitting she wanted men to slap her, spit on her, piss on her, all type of shit and sex, but the guys they cared too much about her. Right? So she couldn't get it from the guy, so she found an excuse to go out and do it. But then just now she says she's not into that, which at the beginning of the video, she was clearly into it because she went out and found it. And then if she didn't like it, she kept going. She went back to a total of at least 4 times with different people to do it. You see? So if she didn't like it, why does she keep going back to it? Like bitches don't like call centers, so they don't go back to work in a call center. Unless they just are super fucked up. But even then, like, you know, that's a rare, I mean, those are like, you know, sparse situations. And motherfuckers are always trying to look for another way out. Well, see, What this was just another fucking used up tramp who realized that she couldn't live forever off of doing exactly what she always wanted to do, and everybody would just completely love and respect her, that she might actually be looked down upon for something she did sexually at some point in her life. That's where the problem comes in at. It's not that she's not into it, because she was clearly into it. Okay, she was, and then she said, if you're looking for a partner to do all these things to it, go find one in real life. See, don't feel sorry for this bitch, man, because look, how many times was this bitch approached by like a dude on some legit shit? Oh hey, I love what you do, blah blah blah, and she didn't give him a call. She didn't give him the time of day. How many times do you want to bet that happened in a month, in a week? From the comment section of X videos to wherever the fuck her profile is, or her porn profile is on the internet. How much you want to bet? There's some guy there who legitimately is trying to hit her up on some super nice shit, and she's not gonna give him the time of day. You see, the only reason she's all regretful and remorseful is because the ending didn't have this fucking Cinderella ending where Prince Charming swooped down and took her from all her mistakes in life and helped her out of it. That's why it's such a big fucking deal, man. Don't play into it, because she did a great job at the end trying to trigger those emotions. Like, yeah, I gotta go, but just think twice before you do it. Blah, blah. If it was so horrible the first time, you would never went back to doing it again. Like I said in the last video, if a motherfucker came to you at a dinner and came with you with some motor oil and poured it in a champagne glass and told you it was chocolate milk, and you tried it and went, you ain't gonna go, I don't like that. Like, no, like, bitch, you kept fucking drinking the shit. Like, you must like something about it. You see what I'm saying? Not only that, let's be real. Because, the other parts that triggered her mentality in this was, one, she's finally getting fucked how she wants to get fucked. Two, there's cameras on her, so there's attention on her. What woman doesn't like that? And three, the guys didn't hound her and stalk her afterwards and got, strung around on her pussy. So that is like, no woman's going to say no to that initially. And then she knows you can fuck her right, no woman say no to that. She's getting paid and she's getting attention. And then she don't have to live up to this princess mentality after it. The guy just lets her go. I guarantee you, if not her, other women was hitting the way, say Duke Skywalker, whatever the fuck the motherfucker's name is. How much you want to bet bitches, either her personally or other girls, was hitting them up trying to stay around, like trying to be a girlfriend or some shit like that? How much you want to bet, man? Because I know. That's what they was wanting for real. And then once they get kicked out of ghetto gaggers and all this shit, they end up back out in that world with either beta boys or asshole dudes that don't give a fuck about them, and they just end up stuck in this endless loop again. And that's pretty much what it was. So the facial abuse, they were pretty much a mixture of both. Like, they were beta bucks and they were like alpha asshole dudes. It's like the perfect mixture of both worlds, and doing porn like that to women. You know what? That's why there is never a slowdown with new talent to come in there. There is never a slowdown of new female talent to come in there, because that is exactly the perfect balance that most women want in their life. They want a man, one, then they want money, two, they want, attention, camera work, three. And then they want the man to go off and do what he does in his life, four. So they can't say no to that. Woman, especially once she's become a little bit a little bit too liberated and shit. Oh, she can't. Most women can't. Like, they want to do it. I remember I was watching, I think Rashida Jones did like a fucking documentary on it, and I seen the look in Rashida Jones' eyes. I think Rashida Jones interviewed a girl who did facial abuse, and go back and watch that shit, like Dave Chappelle, like, I want that purple stuff. Like, go back and watch that fucking. It's a Rashida Jones. The look in her eye is, I really want that. I want that purple stuff. like the look at Rich, because I don't even remember how. It's been years since I seen that, but I remember when I seen that at the time, way before I knew anything about MGTOW, RedPill. I seen the look in the bitch eyes back then when she was talking to the woman. Like, look at her eyes was like, I want that purple stuff. Like, I want that facial, because she was saying, yeah, they make girls, because the girl Rashida Jones was interviewing, she was going, oh yeah, at facial beauty, they make the girls vomit, and they deep throat them, and they fuck them up the ass with a plunger. And Rashida Jones' eyes was like, I want that purple stuff. Like, for real. I'm not making that shit up. But anyway, I'm out of here, man. Y'all have a good day. Like I said, I'm just gonna start a whole new genre, and I'm gonna put on my bitch shoot, man. I'm gonna do red pill analysis over the actual porn interviews, okay? And I'm gonna analyze those. But I'm gonna at least start out with that on BitChute, because I know it's gonna get taken down on YouTube. So I'm gonna at least start with it on there and probably put it on like my own website or something later. But yeah, I'm out, guys. Have a good day. Peace out.